Hey guys, how you going? Looking through some old footage when I did that mission with my son up through Kalumburu and Port Warrander and all that. Here's one that I did with my wife Renee. Went to the same area, except we went right up to Mitchell Plateau, right up the Mitchell River. So we went all the way around and then come up through the Mitchell River and checked out heaps of paintings and all that sort of stuff. Caught some good fish up there as well. So I hope you enjoy this. This fuel here was to go onto the truck, and it's going to be waiting for us at Kalumburu when we get there. Save on a bit of weight. In the middle of the night, we woke to this cracking sound. Scared the shit out of us. When we woke up in the morning, a tree had come down pretty close to our camp. Another good reason to watch where you put your swag. Don't camp under the trees, especially down by the river. Well, we shot along that Mitchell Plateau road. Still middle of wet season, just same as before, same last trip we did, same time of the year. So it had been absolutely pissing down the rain. It's a pretty good road. It's all bauxite all through that Mitchell Plateau area. So the water sits up on top, but it's not boggy at all. Tell you, I'd rather drive along this road when it's been wet like this. At least you got no bloody corrugations. If you've ever driven along this in the middle of tourist season, you'll know what I'm talking about. Corrugations from hell. Probably one of the worst corrugated roads in the Kimberley, I reckon. Well, we arrived at Port Warrander campground, set up camp. Plan was to get up early in the morning and head around to the Mitchell River, where we were going to do some fishing and have a look at some artwork that we'd been told about. Fair old drive too. Well, after a short bit of a walk through the bush, we came across the artwork that we'd been told about. It was pretty bloody specky. We went a fair way up the Mitchell River. It started to get pretty rocky. We knew of a creek, possibly a waterfall. Right where I've got the boat moored there, when we were on our way back, there's a dirty, great big saltwater croc sitting there. All good. We walked up a fair way. We only had so much time. We had to get back for the tide, otherwise we would have been trapped there. So we sent the drone up for a bit of a drive around. Got some pretty nice shots. Well, we think we found the waterfall we were told about. With all the bloody rain that we had, there wasn't much water coming out of it. Don't know what was going on there. That's this place. Just come right up the river. Set the drone up, found this spot. Walked up about 500 metres. Beautiful. Would have loved to have gone for a swim in there, but yeah, a bit scared of the handbags. So we just went under the waterfall. That was good enough. Well, it was a really good trip on the way back. We got back before dark, got a fire going, had a feed and went to bed. We were buggered. Stand up, my love. Use your rod to pull it in. Don't rub the line on the boat. Yeah.
Oh, fuck! It's right down the motor.
Alright. Is he good sizey? You got 80-pound fins there, so turn the drag up if you can hold it. Yeah. He's a shiny sucker. Right. Get that hook out of there.
Yeah.
Well, if you reckon that turned you on, if you like catching these, you can catch them all day long till your arms fall off. Plenty of them. But these are the models that turn me on. I can catch these all day long. And we got a few of them too. Well, that was another awesome day. Just before we lit the fire, we went for a walk just down the hill, and there's a freshwater spring there. Got fresh water in it most of the time. You can have a wash and all that sort of stuff. Pretty safe. Just remember, guys, don't put soap in there. Every day we'd see these guys, so we put the drone up, get a bit of footage, but they were just everywhere we went. Just be bloody wary pulling the boat in and out of the at the boat ramp there at Port Warrander. We've come across them there, and they're not shy either. Plenty of these guys on an outgoing tide around the creeks. You just sit there and catch them till the cows come home. Done really good there on a low tide. Just seemed to work better. That's a good shot of the boat ramp on low tide. You can come and go out of there anytime. Oh, what is it? Just don't let that line touch the boat. Maybe do a bit of drag up, but it's not a barra. Salmon? Definitely not a barra. Do you drag up a little more? Or is it Queenie? Oh. Got him right in the back. Oh, how are the chances of that? Ren and I hung around there for about a week, and then it was time to head north, Kalumburu, and a couple of secret spots. I was shown this spot a few years back by some Aboriginal friends of ours, traditional owners of this land. Not on any map. This is where we got the boat stashed down here. Came down to check on it just now. It's so awesome down there. I thought I'd take a video of it. So here it is. Roscoe and I first carved this boat ramp out a couple of years ago. Needed a bit of work from the wet season. Renee and I got the chainsaw out, chopped it in. This is the only place on the river that you can get a boat in. And here, let's check out this scenery. It's awesome. Got the boat tied to that tree. There's not much holding it up. Can't wait to start flicking my favourite lures in there. That goes a little bit. Whoa! Woohoo! Oh, you got some weight in this shallow water. Look at you. Oh, how good's that hook in? No, not over there. Eh? Fairly thick, there's 20 on the braid and 80 on the leader. Got a bit of weight though. Oh no, it's gonna gill rake me. Ah. That's the classic turn the head and gill rake on the hasn't got a mate, is it? Yeah, there's another one there.
There's another one.
Oh, and another one. That's 3 bearers.
Well, you said when you find them, you find them.
Yeah. See the other one right behind it? Oh, right there. All these barras we caught, I think we got about 5 of them, all catch and release. The only things we eat out of this system are the sooty grunters. Awesome. 5-star. Just got the boat out of the water. Gonna head off in the morning. Afternoon storm just came in. Sounds good. Head out, wet the tracks up for us a bit more. But nice just to sit here in the cool, listening. Watching the old bush TV. We had a good, I think we stayed there about 4 days or something, and then we were heading up to our other little secret camp up at Kalumburu. Pick up some supplies at Kalumburu and go bush. Kalumburu is a great little place. They've got a few supplies at the shop and fuel. It's bloody expensive though, so I recommend just bring everything with you that you're going to need. You can always get a bit of frozen bread there and that sort of stuff. The Kalumburu campground is run by the mission. It's got pretty much everything you need there. It's a good little spot. Well, after a few hours of bashing through the bush, a few chainsaw and a few trees, we got to our favourite camp. Set up and got ready to go fishing. We had the big tarp up most of the camps that we had because it was raining pretty much every day. A storm would come through and then it'd be beautiful. Unlike a lot of the spots we go, we were able to leave the boat in all the time here. Tides would just come in nice and gentle and the boat would just sit there. We'd use 2 anchors and it was pretty safe there. Plenty of crocs though. Little tip guys, if you put stick-on reflectors on your boat, then at night time you can shine the head torch around and just check on it during the night. Well, we're waiting around for the tide, so we decided to throw on a roast for lunch and have some cold meat to take out on the boat and stuff like that. We were heading up to the river to get to our favourite jack spot where it was going to be on. This little stretch of river right on this bend here, bloody awesome for fishing. Caught some absolute horses of barra here. Pick up your bait from just down the river and then come back to this spot. Can't go wrong. You. Just up here where we're heading to now is a little spot called the Jack Hole. Plenty of big cods and shitloads of mangrove jacks. Wren's on again. Feel like a cod? Oh, it's cool. Oh. Now it's fine. That was fine. I got that on video, I think. You're gonna need some hands. We played around with some lures there for a bit and then we put on some real light gear and just used a bit of bait and we're catching these jacks here. Great fun on light gear.
Something big. Cod. Another cod.
Oh no! Ren and I had an awesome session here. Caught some nice, good sized jacks and some good cods as well. And then it was time to get back before we ran out of water. Check out this croc track here. It was late in the afternoon. Renee and I went for a bit of a drive around, see what we could find. Come across this croc slide here. He'd been up walking around all over the place here. So just be careful where you're sticking your camp, because they're pretty good at walking around all over the place, especially in the middle of the night. Remember that when you got your swag laid out up the top here, nice and safe. Good shit. Well, it was that time again. We decided to, by the time we'd packed up, it was going to be a bit late, so we spent the night at the campground at the mission. And this guy came and landed. I think they were doing some survey work. Picked up a few cow horns along the way as well. And of course, there's always got to be a drama with tyres. There you go, guys, there's another mission done. Thanks very much for watching, really appreciate it. If you like this sort of stuff, if you give us a thumbs up, it really helps. Or subscribe and ring the bell and you'll be notified of the next mission. All right, until next time, we'll catch you then. See you. Oh yeah, guys, I still haven't forgotten about doing that Fitzroy River in flood mission too, so stay tuned for that. We're just waiting on water to get where we need it.